Greetings, kindred brothers and sisters. I'm your favorite Brujah raiser, and today I'll be reacting to the trailer of this new game, the Blood of Dawnwalker. This is a game from the CD Projekt Red, the guys that brought you Cyberpunk 2077, and the Witcher series, of course. At the moment, I do not have enough high-end PC to play those games, but they've been on my radar for a while, and this game apparently seems interesting. So let's watch this.
Peggy 18.
Bandai Namco, the guys that made Tekken. That's good. The graphics are nice. I'm not very picky with graphics. Nothing wrong.
It's all right. Lunka! Don't hurt her!
You gave us quite the chase, young.
Please, sir. She's just a child.
Ah, Roderick, remind me, did I make an exception for children?
No, sire.
No. That would have been foolish, would it not?
I like the armor. It looks realistic for the time. That's expected from, if it's the guy that made The Witcher. Everything is looking interesting so far.
They spread the plague just as well as adults.
And there's only one way to stamp out this sickness.
No!
Not just a runner, but a fighter, too. Had we met under a different moon, things might have ended there.
Lunka! My sister. She needs help. Fast. Please, let us pass through. I beg of you. Please. Please. I don't know. How?
I am life. I am death. I am everything in between. I have been watching your little valley. Pestilence, famine, killing. Blood spilt carelessly, like water. Things will be different now. For all of you.
Okay, it's on a loop. So after a while, it starts being way too interesting to interrupt. So let me see where I was when the vampires showed up. So I commented on the armor. Now this is a funny thing. If you know, in these scenes, the guy perfectly knows what's going to happen. He knows what they want, but he doesn't act until the guy draws a sword. I mean, it is the cliche from movies, from games, from everything you see. I don't know in real life if he knew what he knew, and he was in this situation, and he knew what was going on, if he would not try to fight back sooner, if he would wait for the guy to draw the sword. Then again, I don't know. We see lots of situations with oppression, with the government and wars and all the politics stuff and even more obscure things going on. And people, they either don't even react, and they encapsulate everything that happens to them, and they just let it happen. Or if they react, it's too late. And yeah, from that point of view, that's sort of realistic. But then again, I don't know. Sometimes I think if I was in the situation, I would not stop and try to argument if I knew what was happening, because he was already running. He knew what he was running from, and he still, when the situation escalated and there was physical confrontation, he tried. He didn't really have much of a choice, and I don't know. He should have reacted sooner, I guess. Just an opinion. It's not really pertinent for this trailer. Let's get the sound back on. Actually, I didn't notice this the first time. It's slow motion. Not this. Slow motion. You can see the vampire here already. I didn't notice it the first time. Normal.
Not
And he was
just
gone
a
then.
runner, but a fighter too. Had we met under a different moon, things might have ended.
That was a gangrel in mist form. Let's go Vampire the Masquerade and identify the clan. And Nosferatu. Actually, it's funny that in lots of vampire lore we see this, like the elder, strongest vampire, he is more aged than the others. It's like vampires, they are immortal, but they still age at a very much slower rate. But the older they are, it starts to notice. So this guy should be hundreds or thousands of years old, considering by his wrinkles and stuff. Or maybe he was embraced when he was already old. I don't know. Again, the mist form. Could be a gangrel. And that one was fast. Could be a Toreador or a Brujah. A Brujah. I spent 10 years believing Brujah was the right way to say it, and just recently I saw on the source material that it's meant to be said Brujah, and it's been hard to adapt to saying it right. That one with the blood powers could be a Tremere, but it looked weird. Could be an Akata. Those, not the Giovanni Akata, but the other necromancy clans that actually have features that make they look very undead.
Lunka?
Let's finish the meal. I didn't notice the drawings on the temple before.
She needs help.
Looks like a demon or something here. Interesting. Could mean that this was an old temple that belonged to the vampires, maybe.
My sister. She needs help. Fast.
And I like that they all look from different ethnical backgrounds from Europe, medieval Europe, but from different places.
Please, let us pass through. I beg of you. Please. Please.
And I like this. Usually when you see these sort of situations, people just freak out when they see monsters and stuff. But in reality, if you were in this situation, you realize these guys just helped you. They're probably not as evil as they look. Maybe these guys will listen to reasons the other guys wouldn't, but these guys, they give you no reason to believe you are not on their side. They kill all the other guys and they didn't attack you so far. So it's reasonable that he's trying to talk to them. Usually when they see stuff like people are always freaked out, they see an ugly monster and they all freak out. But in reality, I don't know if things would be like that. But everything adds up. I'm liking this. I'm enjoying. I think this is very well done. And I don't know what's the lore of this. If this was Vampire the Masquerade, if she was in between life and death, she would be embraced, and embracing a child is always not advised, as we all saw in Vampire Interview with a Vampire with Claudia. Kid vampires, they tend to be brats forever. But if she was not dead yet, the blood would just heal her, which is what's expected here.
I don't know. How?
I am life. I am death. I am everything in between. I have been watching your little valley. Pestilence, famine, killing. Blood spilled carelessly, like water. Things will be different now. For all of you.
This was interesting. The vampires, they've been living secretly in the shadows, but even them got tired of seeing the way humans rule the world with absolute tyranny, and they resolved to get out of the shadows and take action. Very Brujah of them. I like that. And as expected, the guy became the protagonist. This makes perfect sense. The protagonist is the bridge between the player and the lore of the game. So this new guy that's just learning about vampires and all what's going on, and we see the world from his perspective. It's normal, this is expected, this is as it should be. I like it. And apparently they made him like maybe an half vampire, a daywalker or something, because he's in the sun. Something like Blade. They didn't make him a full vampire. Don't know if that makes him more powerful or less powerful. It really depends on the lore, because if we go to Marvel lore, Blade is more powerful than all the vampires, and it doesn't has all the strengths of none of the weaknesses. But if we go to Vampire the Masquerade, there are some Sin Bloods that can walk in the sun, but they are way less powerful than normal vampires, so it really depends on the lore. I saw the guy using the same powers the other guys could. I don't know what this would entail. Maybe he's in the process of transitioning, and by the end he will be a full-fledged vampire not able to walk in the sun. Maybe it's a gradual process. This will be a new interesting lore. Everything is looking very interesting so far. I don't know if there will be different clans with different powers, but we saw vampires were not all the same. The guy looked much monstrous, and the bald guy was very monstrous and elderly. The other guys looked kind of the normal, except the woman. The woman, she looked very corpse-like. So, if anything, this indicates to me that there will be different clans or bloodlines or whatever of vampires. We saw, I believe it was 4 characters. There was the guy with the hat, the blonde guy, the woman, and the bald guy. I think those were all 4 guys, which indicates maybe 4 different clans of vampires. I don't know. Could be interesting. This will be surely a new interesting lore to explore. I think that's really all I have to say. We have to wait until summer to know more about the gameplay, but some of the last parts of this were already... they look like gameplay, but it was very little. Right, this looks promising. I'm excited for this game. Right. Anyways, that was it. This game looks very promising. I think I will enjoy it. Stay tuned. If you want, you can follow me on Twitch. I don't know, I know I'll be streaming, but I plan this year to restart my streaming and start this YouTube with some videos about vampires. I should play very soon Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines on Twitch. I don't have a schedule yet, but for all things vampire, I recommend that you subscribe. I'll be trying to give my input, and I'll see you all next time. Have a great day. Keep rocking.